Yeah, we are on, Abhi sir.
Yes, can we start, Vijay Bhai?
Yes.
This is on Facebook as well, and this is on YouTube also, and we have 50 people here. And to start with, this Indus Peace Park webinar is being hosted by District 3110 and District 2 districts from Pakistan and 3 clubs from 3110 and 3 clubs from Pakistan. So we have District Governor Mukesh Singhal with us. He is a major donor and he's with his wife today. He was born in Aligarh in a very renowned Agarwal family. He did his BSc from DS College, Aligarh, MBA from HR Development and Marketing. He is a managing partner in Anand Corrugator, a very well-known complete printing and packaging house of North India. He's managing partner in Messrs. Trinity Building, a construction company in smart cities. He's managing partner in Hari Krishna Farms, and along with it, he has a very good education institute, Krishna International School, which is an ISO, and it has won several prizes of the good school. He is a founder, convener of FSMI, member of Printers Association of Aligarh and Printers Association of India. He is a member of Aligarh Club, prestigious club. He's been Rotarian for the past 21 years. He was club president in 13-14, past assistant governor in 15-16, and a conference chairman in 16-17. He's a Pentagon awardee from Dr. Zakir Hussain Foundation for 2021 in social services. Married to Reena Singhji. She is a charter president of RC Aligarh. Divya has a daughter, Ayushi Singhal, who is an MBA doing a job in Bangalore. She is a PHF herself, a son, Abhiyansh, who is in 9th class, and he is also a PHF. Mukesh and Niyama, both are major donors. That's the beauty of it. So I now present with you our district governor, Mukesh Singhal from Rotary Club of Aligarh City. मुकेश जी।
धन्यवाद घई साहब, और बहुत ही अच्छा एक कार्यक्रम आप यहाँ आयोजित कर रहे हैं और आप लोगों की मेहनत को नमन है मेरी तरफ से। हमारे बीच में जो मुख्य रूप से उपस्थित हैं आज मेंबर ऑफ हाउस ऑफ लॉर्ड्स लॉर्ड अमीर भाटिया जी, प्रेसिडेंट आईपीपी सोसाइटी की साहब, वन ऑफ द मोस्ट एक्टिव एंड वाइब्रेंट इनकमिंग लीडर माय डिस्ट्रिक्ट गवर्नर इलेक्ट पवन अग्रवाल, वाइस प्रेसिडेंट आईपीपी सोसाइटी दीपक जी, अनिल घई साहब, पीडीजी शहजाद जी, डॉक्टर ओजिम्बियो, सईदा सिमरन जी, पीडीजी अख्तर साहब, पीडीजी फैज साहब, रोटेरियन विनय जी, प्रदीप गर्ग जी, मनोज चौधरी जी, ब्रह्मेश गुप्ता जी, और रोटेरियन फ्रेंड्स जो भारत पाकिस्तान की ओर से यहाँ खास नुमाइंदे मौजूद हैं, आप सभी को रोटरी डिस्ट्रिक्ट 3110 की जानिब से प्यार भरे पैगाम का तोहफा। आयोजकों और होस्ट क्लब रोटरी क्लब अलीगढ़ सिटी, रोटरी क्लब काशीपुर कॉर्बेट, रोटरी क्लब काशीपुर, रोटरी क्लब कराची गार्डन, रोटरी क्लब बदर चकवाल एंड रोटरी क्लब लाहौर गैरिसन। बहुत ही बढ़िया आयोजन आप लोगों ने किया। इस अनूठे आयोजन की आप लोगों को बधाइयाँ। दोस्तों, उम्मीद है कि आपका जो ये कार्यक्रम है ये दोनों देशों के बीच की कड़वाहट को कुछ कम करने में मददगार अवश्य साबित होगा। शुरुआत एक छोटे से शेर से। ये जो नफरतों की जमी है असल में थोड़ी अमन और मोहब्बत की कमी है। आज जो हालात हैं वो असल में अंग्रेजों ने अपने फायदे के लिए बनाए और नतीजा आपके सामने है कि जो बीज बोए गए वो आज बहुत कड़वाहट में बदल गए हैं और इस खाई को और ज्यादा चौड़ा हो रहा है क्योंकि कुछ ना कुछ जो विदेशी मुल्क हैं और सही मायने में पूछें तो हथियार बेचने के लिए जिनको बाजार चाहिए वो अपनी बातों को मनवाने के लिए हमारे हितों को खराब कर रहे हैं और निसंदेह हम इन परिस्थितियों में परेशान होंगे ही होंगे। बिल्कुल सही बात है, आम जनता युद्ध नहीं चाहती, लेकिन हमारे सियासतदान और पश्चिमी मुल्क वो अपने फायदे के लिए हमें इस्तेमाल करना चाहते हैं, और हमारे देश अपनी कमजोरी की वजह से उन्हें मकबूल जवाब नहीं दे पा रहे। आवश्यकता है कि हम जो जनता है वो अपने नेताओं को ये समझाएं कि हम दोनों के लिए बेहतर क्या है, और उस दिशा में मिलकर प्रयास करें। और यहाँ काम आता है रोटेरियंस का। जो रोटेरियंस कहते हैं, अजीब दर्द का रिश्ता है सारी दुनिया में, अजीब दर्द का रिश्ता है सारी दुनिया में, कहीं जलता हो मकान अपना घर सा लगे है मुझे, ये रोटेरियंस का कहना है। और हम लोग कर क्या सकते हैं? हम लोग दिलों में प्यार और जज्बात की खेती करें, खाद के तौर पर उस पर मिलाएं अमन और भाईचारा, और ऐसे फूल उगाएं जो नफरतों को खत्म कर सकें। अपने देश की सरकारों को मजबूर करें कि वो अपने अपने इलाकों में डेवलपमेंट को इस तरीके का बेहतरीन नमूना पेश करें कि वो अवाम की बेहतरी में निकले, बाहर निकल कर आए। और अगर अपने इन प्रयासों से, हमारे इन प्रयासों से गरीब को घर, भूखे को भोजन, पैसे को पानी मिलता है और बेरोजगार को काम मिलता है, तो निश्चय ही हमारे जो रोटरी अंतर्राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष हैं शेखर मेहता जी, उनकी जो थीम है सर्व टू चेंज लाइव्स, वो चरितार्थ होती है। और सबसे अच्छी बात एक और है, अगर हम रोटेरियंस अपने काम के तौर पर रोजाना अगर किसी एक चेहरे पर मुस्कान लाते हैं तो निसंदेह उस भगवान या उस परवरदिगार की खिदमत कर रहे होते हैं। तो दोस्तों, सियासत एक तरफ और सर्विस एबव सेल्फ एक तरफ। अंत एक छोटी सी लाइन के साथ, एक तख्ती अमन के पैगाम की मैंने टांग दी है ऊंची मीनारों के बीच। धन्यवाद। जय रोटरी, जय भारत।
धन्यवाद मुकेश जी। Simran.
Nah, Ji, thank you, Anuji. Now I would like to invite our Vice President of IPP Society and our Director as well, Past Assistant Governor Mo Ayaz. So welcome.
Oh, I is not in.
He's not here.
He has not joined Simran. He's on the way to Pawan's house. We go to the next, and then we can be there. He's on the
So,
way. He's in a traffic
Josephine
jam.
is here. Josephine is here.
Josephine is there. Okay.
Yes.
Josephine, good evening. This is Anil Ghai, and I'm sure you have some time before you are going to Nairobi Airport. Dr. Josephine is with us, and she is a Rotary International representative to UNICEF. So I invite Josephine for it. Please, Josephine.
Josephine is not seen here online.
Josephine is also not here. Simran, she was to go to airport. Probably she's stuck in a traffic. She had some death in the family all of a sudden, and I think so she'll be worried. So you can go ahead with the next, please. Tony
Okay.
Bhai is also traveling. Tony Bhai is also traveling. He'll be with us in 10 minutes. He's also in a traffic jam.
Okay, then I would like to welcome our PTG Shazad Ahmed. He's here. PTG Shazad.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, good. PTG Shazad, reception of Service Above Self Award, Regional Service Award for Polio Service, Polio Free World Services, citation for meritorious services, District Governor 2010-11. Member Council on Legislation, District 3272, 2023. District Grant Subcommittee Chair, 2018-24. Chairman, Blindness Prevention Rotary Action Group. Regional Coordinator, the World Greatest Meal to Help End Polio Campaign. And of course, our Indus Peace Park Society Campaign Director. So welcome, PTG Shazad.
Thank you. And should I go ahead with my presentation?
Yeah,
Please, sir,
please.
please.
Okay, I like to do my screen sharing. Okay. Can you all see it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let me put it into the. Okay, good. So Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Greetings from my home district, District 3272, Pakistan, and my home club is Rotary Club of Lahore Garrison. I'm really honored to be here. And since our friend District Governor Singhal has already honored, recognized everyone, so I'll just skip that. But I'll just like to recognize the coordinators, past Rotarian Vijay Keval Ramani, past President Sayyida Simran Hassan, and past President Anaid Ghai, for organizing such a wonderful program and for bringing not only Rotarians from Pakistan and India together, but also Rotarians from all over the world. So with this, I'll just start with my presentation. The presentation is on the Indus Peace Park, and I'll just briefly go through what we have in mind and what dream we have. So Simran has already given my introduction. So thank you, Simran, for the introduction. And I'm honored. So I'll just start with this quote of Nelson Mandela. It always seems impossible until it is done. So what dream we have right now is also something that everyone feels it is not possible or it is very difficult. But we'll just follow our leader, Nelson Mandela, we'll try to bring this dream into reality. So Indus Peace Park. So I'll just briefly inform you about our vision, our dream, and our story. So our vision is to create two iconic eco parks facing each other, one in Pakistan and one in India. And our dream is to unite the two parks as one and to restore trust, peace, and harmony that was lost during the time of partition and independence. Our story of Indus Peace Park started when PDG, who was the district governor nominee at that time, Kees Vanderpoel, he visited Pakistan in February 2015. He wanted to go and visit the change of guard ceremony at the Wagah-Atari border. But because of the prevailing circumstances at that time, because of the security concerns, so we were not allowed to go there. Even though we were not able to go to Wagah and Atari border, but still, Kees was able to stay in Pakistan along with the Rotary Friendship Exchange team that he was leading. And he participated in different polio campaigns. Like you can see the photograph here, February 23rd of 2015, he's giving polio drops to a child in Multan. Another of our directors, past district governor Tony Sharma, who was the past president at that time, he visited Pakistan in October 2015 and participated in giving polio drops, and of course visited not only Lahore, but many other cities, including some of the rural areas of Pakistan. So at Atlanta Convention in 2017, so past district governor Kees Vanderpoel, who is the president of Indus Peace Park Society, you can see him along with his wife Mayomi, PDG Tony Sharma, and myself. The idea was inspired from the Waterton Glacier International Peace Park Association, and Kees is one of their directors. So it was Kees who gave this idea that there is a peace park between the US and Canada, and we can try to have a similar peace park between India and Pakistan. So the idea came from this peace park, which is already there between the US and Canada. And this is the location of the peace park. You can see it has been zoomed in on the left side, but on the right side, you can see it is on the border of the US and Canada. Part of it is in Canada and part of it is in the US. It was established in 1932 by dedicated Rotarians from Canada and the USA. And the goal of Waterton Glacier International Peace Park is, may the long existing peace between our two nations stimulate other peoples to follow this example. So definitely, like our Indus Peace Park has been inspired from this Waterton Glacier International Peace Park. There is another one, International Peace Garden, and that is again on the border of the US and Canada. Manitoba in Canada and North Dakota in the US. This is another photograph of the International Peace Garden. And this small water creek is actually the border between the US and Canada. So our goal is that we want to have a peace park between Pakistan and India, which should be adjacent to each other, and there should be a port of entry from Pakistan side, not from the Indian side. But once we are in that peace zone, then everyone should be able to freely move around. So this is what our dream is. This is what our goal is. Okay, this is just the salient features of the Peace Park. Ideally, we like to have a Peace Park of 500 acres along the border, and ideally 50% from Pakistan, 50 from India. And we should have a memorial to peace there. We should try to have a peace center there. And of course, it will have eco-friendly park facilities. So there are different areas that we looked into. And of course, the first logical choice is between Lahore and Amritsar on Wagah and Atari border. But that area now is very congested and it has become very commercial. So it will be probably very difficult to find a piece of land, the size of piece of land that we want. So the other suggestion is the Kartarpur corridor, where it is not so populated right now. And ideally, again, we would like to have a peace park where part of it should be in Pakistan and part of it should be in India. And we dream of a peace park where once we are in that peace park, then we should be able to freely move around. Our children should be able to freely play in the playgrounds, and we should be able to hold our talks and discussions between the people of India and Pakistan. And of course, people from other parts of the world will also be most welcome to visit the Peace Park. The official launch of the Indus Peace Park Society took place in March 2019, and it was hosted by Right Honorable Member of Parliament Stephen Timms in the UK. And Rotarians from the UK, Canada, US, Pakistan, and other countries, they attended this event. And later on, there were different group photographs, and I just chose one where you can see people from Pakistan, from India, USA, Canada, and of course the UK in this one photograph. Our two vice presidents of Indus Peace Park Society, PDG Tony Sharma and past Assistant Governor Muhammad Ayaz, they were able to meet our Honorable Governor of Punjab, province of Punjab, Chaudhry Sarwar in the UK, in London, in December 2019. And they gave him a good briefing about the concept that we have, the dream that we have. So it was actually a governor. He, of course, he offered his full support, and he suggested that Rotarians from Pakistan who are heading this Indus Peace Park initiative in Pakistan should come and visit him in Lahore. And this is exactly what we did. So Rotarians from Pakistan, they visited Governor Punjab, Chaudhry Sarwar, at his governor house in February 2020. And that is where actually he suggested that Wagah Atari would be very congested, and he suggested to us to look into this, the area closer to Kartarpur corridor. And so what we did was that we made a trip to Kartarpur, and we visited the area, visited the facilities, and we were also able to meet some some friends from India, not Rotarians, just friends. They were visiting from the Indian side, and so we were able to communicate with them. And of course, Punjabi is a common language, so they were really happy visiting Kartarpur, and we were fortunate to have this opportunity that we were able to take photographs with them. So this is the beauty of Kartarpur corridor, and once you are in that Kartarpur area, then one can freely move around in that area, whether they are from India or Pakistan or other countries. So this is what our plan is, that we like to have a park. Part of it should be in Pakistan, part of it should be in India. And so once anyone is in, they should be able to freely move around. There are 7 areas of focus of Rotary International, the last one being supporting the environment. And this is the area supporting the environment that we will be focusing on. Of course, depending on how the things go, we may look into the other areas of focus also. But for the time being, our plan is that the park should be eco-friendly. There should be vehicles with zero emissions, which means electric vehicles. The electricity should be from renewable energy sources. And so this is what our plan is right now. These are the directors of the Indus Peace Park Society. There are 18 of them. And you can see the top line, there are 10, 5 from Pakistan, 5 from India. And in addition to Pakistan and India, we have directors, 2 from Canada, 3 from UK, 2 from USA, and 1 from Kenya. We are very honored that Lord Remy Ranger, he is a member of the British House of Lords and the chairman of Sunmark Limited in the UK. And he has very graciously consented to be the patron of Indus Peace Park Society. And he is a good friend of Governor Punjab, Chaudhry Sarwar, and he already has held a few meetings with him in this regard. And one of those meetings, which was held on Zoom, so Rotarians, members of directors of Indus Peace Park Society also attended that Zoom meeting where the Governor, Honorable Governor Punjab, Chaudhry Sarwar was there. And of course, Lord Remy Ranger was the one who organized that meeting. So right now, the idea seems very far-fetched. It is not possible. The governments, they do not talk to each other. But then who thought of this many years ago, that the Berlin, one day, the Berlin Wall will not be there. But in 1989, it happened. Similarly, who thought that apartheid would end in South Africa? But again, we saw apartheid ending in 1994. And then our global project of polio awareness and eradication. In 1985, there used to be more than 325,000 cases of children getting crippled from the polio disease, and more than 125 polio endemic countries. So when Rotary suggested that if we all work together, we can eliminate polio from the whole world. So no one actually believed Rotary. But today, from 325,000 cases, there are only 2 during this year. And from 125 polio endemic countries, there are only 2 countries left, Pakistan and Afghanistan. And this year, they both have 1 case each. So we have made really tremendous progress. And I'm sure we're looking forward to a day when we will have 0 cases in Pakistan and Afghanistan. And after 3 years of 0 cases in both countries, we will be able to declare Pakistan and Afghanistan polio free, and thereby declaring the whole world as polio free. So what makes us think that we can do it? Because we are Rotarians, we are people of action. We have done many amazing things in the past, and I'm sure this will be another feather in our cap. Like for example, Rotarians were very instrumental in the formation of the United Nations. And of course, Waterton Glacier International Peace Park was also an idea suggested by Rotarians from the US and Canada. So here are what we do to promote the Indus Peace Park. Here you can see September 2019, I visited past district governor Tony Sharma. In fact, he was my gracious host. And of course, our other vice president, Muhammad Ayaz joined us. Another friend from a high school cadet college, Hassan Abdal, he joined us. And we had this photo session in front of this banner of Indus Peace Park. In January 2020, we had a delegation of Rotarians from the US and Chile. And so we organized a function or meeting in their honor. And so we put this banner, the standee of Indus Peace Park, and those visiting Rotarians and Rotarians from Pakistan, they took their photographs with the banner. So this is one way of promoting Indus Peace Park Society. And of course, then we had a joint meeting of my home club, Rotary Club of Lahore Garrison, with Rotary Club of Madurai West in India in February 2021, where past district governor Tony Sharma was the guest speaker, and he talked about the Indus Peace Park. And top and bottom right, you can see my grandson, Mikhail, he also joined me because he also feels that peace is important, and he's also a staunch supporter of Indus Peace Park Society. In April 2021, we had the honor that we had Senator Kisha Ram, granddaughter of Sir Gangaram, who is also known as the father of modern Lahore. So she was our guest speaker and talked about her, her great grandfather, Sir Gangaram. We had a meeting in July 2021 where Aga Khan Trust, one of the directors, he talked about different Aga Khan gardens and parks all over the world, and he showed us how they turned the ruins into lively parks. I had this honor to present this concept of Indus Peace Park at a meeting hosted by many clubs from India and Pakistan. The theme was Peace Through Music. More than 300 participants attended through Zoom. The same number attended through the live streaming. So this is another photograph from the same event. And then 28th of September, I had the opportunity to talk about the Indus Peace Park again, which I did. And it was also very well received and was attended by a number of Rotarians from different parts of the world. So now, how can you help us? So what you can do. I'm sure that you are all peace-loving people, and you will like to support us. So one thing, you can help us. You can promote peace by signing the petition on change.org, change.org. Just go to change.org and search Indus Peace Park. So where you will see a petition, right now I think there are about like 1,500 or close to 1,550 signatures. We request you, we invite you to go to that website and support that by signing the petition. The more numbers we have, the more impact it will have. Then you can also help us promote peace by joining our mailing list. Send your email address to our president's email address, president@induspeacepark.org, and ask him to put you on the mailing list so that you will continue getting updated information about our initiatives. And also you can visit our website, induspeacepark.org, to get more information on the subject. This was back in 2014. My daughters, they, they ran this campaign on the social media, and there were participation of 17 countries. Of course, India was one of them. And so they posted it on Paradise, which is a family non-profit organization. And there were about 200 people who participated in this campaign. So yes, of course, peace is possible. All we have to do is give peace a chance. My last slide, this is taken from a movie, Field of Dreams, which says, if you build it, they will come. And this is what we are doing it. We have dreamt of an idea. We are planning to build a peace park. And I'm sure that one day we will be successful. And once we are successful, then I'm sure people from all over the world will come and visit that peace park. And we will, of course, will have a lasting peace between Pakistan and India. Thank you.
Thank you very much, PDG Shahzad. Very inspiring presentation of Indus Peace Park Society. Thank you once again. Now, friends, Mr. Ayaz, Muhammad Ayaz, Past Assistant Governor, he joined us. So I would like to call Mr. Ayaz.
Hello, can you hear me, everyone?
Yeah.
Yes,
Please.
thank you very much. Apologies for being late, but this is London traffic. So, but at least I'm here with my brother, and we succeeded in our mission to come together. Thank you. Could I have the first slide, please?
Sure.
Is this slide?
Vijayji? Mr. Vijay? Thank you.
Thank you. I was due to open this incredible gathering together, and it's important that we realize what is the Peace Park and what is the mindset of us peacemakers. And this brilliant poem by the famous Sufi poet of Punjab, we had two. We had our own versions of William Shakespeare and Charles Dickens in the form of Baba Bulla Shah and in the form of Mian Muhammad Saab. And all the Sufi poets all over India and Pakistan would, and the area, especially in Punjab, were of the same making. They did not like this communal violence because of religion, etc. And the mindset that we have as Rotarians is that we want to end this conflict. Ek nukte vich gal mukti hai. That means in one dot, you can fix everything. At the end of a sentence, you put a dot, and the dot can end everything as long as the intentions are there. And Baba Bulla Shah said this couplet, which is very important. In other words, that Chal bulia asi utte chaliye, jithe sare ho anne, na koi sadi qadar pehchane, na koi sanu manne. And in essence, the interpretation of that is we walk into the park. There is no discrimination, prejudice against anyone because of their color, their religion, their caste, their creed. Any of these are not applicable. When you enter that park, we are all the same, and we have none of these prejudices. And this is the most important aspect of the Peace Park. It is a place where we can all go there, meet together, public to public, no politics, no religion, just the flag of humanity. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. This is Mian Muhammad Saab talking about us all being from the same spring. And as my mentor, Tony Sharma, once said, we are children of God. We are all equal. Next slide, please. Last slide. And this is the most important slide. I apologize for the quality. If you go anywhere in the world, we at Bhavan and myself Bhai are here in London. There is no distinction between us. Who's Indian, who's Pakistani? Our culture is the same, our blood is the same, the Indus civilization is our heritage, not 47. And we are cheeks on the same face. The world recognizes this. We should recognize this. And the sooner we recognize it and get our house in order, the sooner we can have long-term peace and understanding. So that is what I'd like to end with, the fact that we have this common heritage. And I'd like to pass you over to our President Case, if he hasn't spoken. I'm not sure what the order is, but thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for your commitment.
Okay, good. Nicely said.
Very nice, past Assistant Governor and Director Mohammed Ayaz. But one slide you have to all, one more slide you have to do. Vijayji, there's another slide for our Indus Peace Park Society members, board members. All yours, Ayaz.
Okay. You want to
Yes, I mean, this is basically introduction to the board. But as I
Yeah.
said before, we are instruments in this mission. We are not important, but every person has their role. And it starts with the president who had the vision, went to went to Pakistan, noticed that there was tension, couldn't watch a cricket match, couldn't go to the border ceremony. And he thought to himself, maybe naively, but I think it's a good thought, why could we not have a peace park between India and Pakistan? Next, please. This is Tony Sharma. I call him the lion of this project. He's a pundit. I'm a Gujar, but none of this matters. We're all the same, whether we're Sayyids, if we're pundits, or we're Gujars, Chaudhrys, Jat, whatever we are. In this peace park, Tony showed the love to me in London as a friend. He showed that it makes no difference if you're a Hindu, Muslim, etc. We have genuine love for one another. We only disagree about soccer teams, but that's life. Next, please. That's me. You can carry on. Done with a lot of makeup. And here we have Norm. Norm is our secretary, and he is a very vital part of our board in the sense that he looks at procedures, fairness, the four-way test, as we all do, but he's a very sticker to that. And he will stick to his guns if he sees that something is not fair to all parties concerned. Next, please. This is Caleb, a new member to our board, an expert in the IT field, but more importantly, he is a dynamic individual, a person that's going to get many, many places within Rotary. He believes steadfast in what we are trying to do and in whatever way he can help. Next, please. This is Deepak Dadwar. I call him our Amitabh Bachchan. He has incredible capacity to win people over with his deep, deep voice of wisdom. And without him, we would have no batsmen on our pitch. Thank you very much. Next one. And here we're Shahzad Bhai. Now, Shahzad Bhai, I'm a Bollywood fan, and I remember Shashi Kapoor. He reminds me of Shashi Kapoor. He wins people's hearts with his beautiful smile. And again, his genuine intention to have peace. His family came from India. My family originally came from India. India is our heritage, and Pakistan is Indians' heritage. Nobody can take your roots and heritage away. Next, please. This is Mohatra Saab. I don't know this gentleman that well, but I know, again, he frightens me because he has that face of authority. And when we see him in meetings, he speaks, everyone listens. Again, we need that. We need some sort of sergeant at arms, and he's our sergeant at arms. Next, please. Anthony, the quiet person. He's very quiet. He's in education, higher education, and he only speaks when he needs to speak. Again, a voice of reason and stability. Next, please. Carl. Carl is our American main supporter. You know, I mean, he is there. He will do anything he can for us as an organization and for the peace movement. Carl, again, is a statesman within Rotary and is there as a pillar of support. Next, please. Salman. Salman, again, is a lion and Badr of Punjab. Again, he speaks very rarely, but his commitment, and he is there to shoulder any work. And we're very, very lucky to have Salman in our team. Next, please. Anil Bhai. Who doesn't know Anil Bhai? Anil Bhai, if you talk about connections in Rotary, Anil Bhai is super connector. He's managed to get people together, us together, in a way which other people cannot do. And again, if I had a hat, I would take my hat off to him. I'd take my pug off to him because he is such an incredible person, a true Raja in every sense. Thank you. Next person, please. And obviously, Saida, what can I say about you? You are the rose of our board. You make everything happen so smoothly. You're the aroma of our project. Without women, we will get nowhere in this project. Women were the main victims of partition, and we need the women to be there to instigate the peace and make sure we all, us men, keep in order. Thank you. Next one, please. And obviously Padam is a sister again who sees that what we are trying to do, maybe in the past thought that we could not do a project like this, but I think she is now a spearhead for our project, and I'm so grateful that she is there. Next, please. Abdul Bhai, again, a person we can rely on. Without a good supply line, an army is no good. Our peace army is no good without Abdul. Abdul is there to help us, to make sure and motivate us, and give us, again, that love and motivation when we need it, and conflict resolution within our team. Thank you, Abdul. Next, please. Navdeep Chalwa. Now, I don't know this gentleman again, but I know, again, he's a star. He's been introduced by Anil Bhai. He has, again, the intentions and untapped talent that we're going to hopefully, exploit him in the best possible way. Next, please. Josephine. Now, we have our issues in Asia. Africa is again a stability, because in Africa, Josephine has many connections in the Commonwealth and other prominent positions within the foreign dimensions of government and NGOs. She is, again, an encyclopedia for us in terms of procedure, what we should do, how we should do this, again, on the international dimension. So we're lucky to have Dr. Josephine. Thank you. And Rajiv. Now, Rajiv, to me, is a very close person. He's a member of the London Club, but more importantly than this, he shares heritage with me from the Jhelum Chakwal area, and is a direct descendant of Raja Porus. Raja Porus is our true hero, not Alexander the Great, Raja Porus. And he, again, we haven't seen him jump to our aid as much as recently, and we're so lucky to have, again, someone there who can give us first aid when we need it, because it's a long journey up the mountain of peace. Next, please. And here we are with our logo, because at the end of the day, regardless of our positions, directorships, etc., until we have this people-to-people contact, we have nothing. So it's mainly the public that are the biggest team players. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Past Assistant Governor Mohammadayas. Now I would like to invite Rotarian Vijay Keval Ramani from District 3142, and from his club is Thane Royals, and he's honorary member of my club, Rotary Club Karachi Garden as well. And I have to say thank you to him as well for his technical support. Vijayji, I would like to invite you to please introduce our Indus Peace Park Society President, Case Vendipal. Vijayji, please.
Thank you, Simranji. It's a pleasure to be a part of this program, and thank you for involving me. Friends, I have been given the pleasant task of introducing Case, the President of Indus Peace Park Society. I'm sorry I'm not too prepared because it was at the last moment, so kindly forgive me if I do any mistakes. He is the founder and president of Indus Peace Park Society since 2019 till 2022. He was a governor in District 5080 in 2016-17. He was the Peace Park Director for the Waterton Glacier International Peace Park from 2016 to 22. He is also the Kashmir Project Director for 2021-22. He is the Pacific Northwest Pets Registrar 2018 to 24. He is the Treasurer of Rotary Club of Neckars, Canada for 2020-22 district, and he is also the COL alternate from District 5080 for 2023. With these small words, I would request President Case to kindly take over. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much for that introduction. I'm just going to get my okay. Oops. I'm a retired high school principal in a remote village of 1,500 in the interior of British Columbia, Canada. How is it that I am president of the Indus Peace Park Society and that I'm speaking on an international stage to all of you who are so eager to see normalization of relations between India and Pakistan? How is it? Well, I can tell you in 2 words: Rotary and Rotarians. From being introduced to Rotary to being encouraged to become a club president, then assistant governor, and then district governor, Rotary has been a journey of extraordinary opportunities. Extraordinary opportunities to do good and extraordinary opportunities to develop friendships around the world. Opportunities to do good that brought me to work at a cataract surgery clinic in Ethiopia. Opportunities to help our club of 10 members raise $20,000 for Polio Plus, and then $100,000 by our district for Polio Plus. But it was an opportunity in 2015 to lead a Rotary Friendship Exchange to District 3272, Pakistan, that has led me to this event today, a fellowship meeting among 6 Rotary clubs in Pakistan and India, conducted on Zoom and being live streamed on YouTube. Rotary Fellowship over those 6 years have expanded my family to include brothers and sisters in both Pakistan and India. We have been told that trying to create an oasis of peace straddling the border of 2 nuclear nations is impossible. It'll never happen. We will never get the governments to agree and to give up land. But we've also been told that what we're trying to achieve is a breath of fresh air in a region poisoned by mistrust and antagonism. We've been told that it is about time that someone or some group take on this challenge. People have said they wished that this had been dreamed of decades ago. And we've been told that, according to Vice President of our society, Tony Sharma, that our Peace Park will become the 8th wonder of the world. So what would a Peace Park look like? Just imagine a place of serenity where all people encourage and celebrate things that bind us in humanity. Just imagine a place where people are free to share culture, music, food, dance, art, architecture, traditions, and sports with others. Just imagine a place to share common ancestry and educational opportunities within a garden setting. Just imagine the possibility of creating the 8th Rotary Peace Center, in which scholars and peace fellows from both India and Pakistan, together with their classmates from around the world, work and learn together to encourage the rest of the world to work and learn together. I'm a director in another peace park, Waterton Glacier, which combines 2 national parks of 2 friendly nations, Canada and the United States. Rotarians from both countries had a dream to create the world's first international peace park. It was Rotarians that lobbied hard to convince their respective governments to agree to endorse the park in 1932, almost 90 years ago. Every year since then, Rotarians celebrate our friendship at a fellowship assembly. There are 3 other cross-border parks along our 8,900 kilometer border, and Shahzad talked about the International Peace Garden. But the one I want to talk about is the Peace Arch Park, which is located between Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, and Seattle, Washington, United States. And there's an arch, a monument, which brings Canadians and Americans together with an inscription, "Children of a Common Mother." Early in our society's history, Vice President Moyaz suggested that the name of our park be Indus Peace Park, to reflect the common Indus heritage that Hindus, Sikhs, and Muslims shared 4,000 years ago. They too are children of a common mother. It is now up to my brothers and sisters in my ever-expanding Rotary family, and that means all of you who are committed to peaceful relations, to work with us to make our dream a reality. Just like the Channel Tunnel between the UK and France was started by two tunnels finally meeting in the middle, the Indus Peace Park needs to be worked at from both sides. Sign our petition at change.org. Let us know what you want to be on our database of supporters. Spread the word. Convince the naysayers. Meet with regional leaders, politicians, and the military, and then convince them that an Indus Peace Park is essential. We, together with all of you, are on a journey of extraordinary opportunities. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And, Simran, I'm not able to unmute myself.
Vijayji, please unmute Anil Khaiji.
He is speaking now, means he is unmuted.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, President Keys. We thank you very much for such a brilliant presentation of yours. I now introduce my old schoolmate, Lord Amir Bhatia. I must emphasize that the connection of my old school worked today, and I could reach him, Lord Amir Bhatia, at London. He is born on 18th of March 1932 in Tanganyika. An Israeli Muslim born in East Africa, he joined India's best boarding school in 1942 and left it in 1948. And I'm proud to tell you today that my school where he studies tops India today in best boarding school. And for all of your information, past Rotary International President Kalyan Banerjee is also a product of the same school. And today I and Lord Bhatia are together here. There is a difference of 20 years of our age, but nevertheless, the school is same and the connection worked. He was an old boy of our school and a school prefect. From there, he was awarded in 2000 by the British Empire OBE in 1971, the UK Charity Award as Personality of the Year. He is member of the House of Lords since 2001. And in 2000, Lord Bhatia received a Beacon Fellowship Prize for his leadership. He is on a board of Queen's Award for the Enterprises Advisory Committee, the Diana Princess of Water Memorial Fund, trustee of Oxfam in UK. For 12 years, he has been, still remains on board of directors with Oxfam India. He is currently chairs various charitable organizations and which help the various ethnic groups. And above all, he has 3 daughters, and he moved to UK in 1971, and there he acquired UK part of the Forbes Campbell Group in UK. And then he opened his offices in Toronto, Singapore, and many places. So I now present with you Lord Amir Bhatia with us. Welcome, Lord Amir Bhatia.
Neilji, he seems to have lost his network connection, so he's not in right now.
Okay. We'll have him later. He's an old man, probably. He might have not waited for so long because he came right at 7:30, and we lost him. It's 9 o'clock. We have no means to connect him, and it's our bad luck. He was there, and we were talking from 7:30 to 7:45, and I could see him. He was there listening to everything, and he had great ideas for it. And when I was talking to him, he was telling me about it, and he's interested in this project. Is there any way we can contact him on a group or somewhere, some technology where you can contact him? Vijay bhai, can you contact him somehow?
No, not from
No.
me. I don't have his contacts.
Okay. Okay. So we move to the panel discussion, please. And let's do the panel discussion. And in the meantime, I request Vijayji to come here and start the panel discussion. And if in the meantime he will come, we will invite him. Vijayji?
Yeah, just give me 1 second. Let me take the panelists online.
Okay. We have 4 time zones today, probably something mismatched our time zones. We have Africa, people from Africa, people from England, people from USA, people from Canada, people from Pakistan. So something mismatched, really.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. Thank you and welcome. I would now like to request all the panelists to put their videos on, starting with PDG Akhtar Alvi Saab. He is there. Then I would request our DG Mukesh Singhal ji. Kindly put your videos on so we can add you. Then DGE Pawan Agarwal ji, next panelist. And PDG Faiza Kamar.
She's
PDG
here.
Faiza ji, kindly start your video.
Yeah, I saw her. Simran, I
Okay.
saw her.
Yeah, she just started. Thank you. So we have all the panel ready. Friends, it's the program, as we all know, it is for trying to achieve peace between the two nations, which are, we all know, at so much of loggerheads since long, India and Pakistan. And initially, before going into the panel discussions, I would just like to give each of the panelists an opportunity to present their views for a couple of minutes, and then we will go into the moderation. And if anybody has any queries from the audience, they can put it on chat. We would also be taking up those queries also. So initially, I would request Akhtar Alvi ji to kindly start the deliberations. A couple of minutes on your views.
Thank you, Jay. So, Assalamu alaikum, namaskar, ayubowan, and good morning, good evening, good morning for the friends in Canada. I think it must be early morning there. I don't know, just introduce myself. I'm Akhtar Alvi. I've had the pleasure of being a Rotarian for almost 40 years. Shahzad, who's here, I had the privilege of chartering his club way back in 95, 96 when I was the governor. That time we had 1 district in Pakistan, 3270. Now we're 1 and 2. Faiza and I,
Yes.
past governor, we traveled together to Cochin and where we did a seminar on public image. याद है आपको?
Yes, sir. याद है मुझे बहुत अच्छी तरह.
Okay, so I have also had the privilege of traveling to various parts of India over the years, and I have loads of friends. So किसी ने शुरू में एक बात की थी, थोड़ी सी I wouldn't use a strong word like nafrat, क्योंकि वो नहीं है. मुझे यकीन है, and I know that on a personal basis and on a Rotary platform especially, Kalyan is an old friend. past RI president. Even Rajaji. Rajaji I met for the first time in Mexico many years ago when he was doing his presentation as a president. So this is an excellent project. And as Shahzad quoted Nelson Mandela, nothing is impossible. Ho sakta hai. Where there is a will, there is a way. And if we have enough conviction in ourselves that we can do it, bhai, ye dekho na, today we are talking on Zoom. Now, in a way, because of COVID, there was no communication. Pehle to regular meetings. Now, COVID gave us an opportunity to be in touch with the world through Zoom. Who could have thought of that? That we would have this kind of a communication facility. So great. I will, since I've given 2 or 3 minutes, I have taken more of my time. But regarding the project in detail and some ideas that I have, which I've discussed with Simran, we'll talk about it later if there's an opportunity. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. And it's been a pleasure to be here on this program.
Thank you, Alvi sir. Now I would request DG Mukesh Singhal ji to present his views on what is the way forward.
Thank you. I'm agreed with this wonderful idea. Or we can force our governments from both the sides, because we are one of the leaders from our businesses or institutions. So we can force our government as well. Or definitely, it would be good to see persons from both countries to meet and greet each other in such a way that we can maintain our peace and raise our voice. So definitely, I like this. I got this idea for the first time today, because I was not much aware with this type of what you're doing, but get a new idea. And we are pupils from both the countries. The songs, shares, or movies, they are common. Interest and their ways are common. Everything is common. So why don't we go ahead with this idea? And I agree. We from both the countries, we Rotarians, must start a move to go ahead and force our governments to do something in this way. Thanks.
Very well, very nice. DG, you really spoke very well.
Thank you, Mukesh. I would request PDG Faizaji to present her views.
Sir, it's my privilege and honor to be here with all of you. I am pioneer of peace program between India and Pakistan, because in 2006, between the district of Deepak Talwar and my district 3270, we arranged a big peace conference in Delhi. Many known ministers of India and Pakistan was present in this conference. I still remember the speech of Minister Mani Shankar Iyer on peace. And after that, we arranged a peace conference in Pakistan, Mari Bourbon, and more than 40 delegates from India. And I hope peace को time देना चाहिए. और मैं तकरीबन 4 साल चेयरमैन रही हूँ गिफ्ट ऑफ लाइफ, द प्रोजेक्ट बिटवीन इंडिया एंड पाकिस्तान. और बहुत से फ्रेंड्स हमारे अभी इंडिया में भी हैं, दीपक भाई के साथ भी, नदीप चावला के साथ, बहुत से लोगों को मैंने भी होस्ट किया. हम लोग भी गए उनके पास और एक अच्छा हमारा उन सबके साथ रिलेशन है. आई थिंक कि हमें इस पे काम करना चाहिए. इट्स अ वेरी गुड प्रोजेक्ट बिटवीन इंडिया एंड पाकिस्तान और इसको हमें कंप्लीट करना चाहिए.
थैंक यू मैडम. बहुत बढ़िया उम्दा विचार हैं आपके. अभी मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा, नाउ रिक्वेस्ट पवन अग्रवाल जी, डीजी फ्रॉम डिस्ट्रिक्ट 3110 टू गिव हिज ओपनिंग रिमार्क्स.
Yeah, thank you so much, Vijay. And I'm really overwhelmed by this kind of response and this kind of webinar. And I remember a quote by Martin Luther King, who said, if you cannot fly, then run. And if you cannot run, then walk. And if you cannot walk, then crawl. But please keep moving. So I think this whole idea of Indus Peace Park, it befits that particular saying of Martin Luther King. We have to at least keep moving. And friends, I can just imagine, hypothetically, had there been Rotary 5,000 years ago during Indus Valley civilization, then it would have been befittingly called Rotary Club of Indus Valley. So this idea of Indus Peace Park, it is very much practical. It is the need of the time, and we all can do it. Now, friends, just one aspect. Who needs this peace? And why we all are so very concerned? Who do we want to give this peace to? Are we planning to give this peace to ourselves or to our future generation? If we talk of future generation, then are they really bothered with this conflict? Are they really concerned of anything else other than their own thought process, their own style of living, their own progressive thinking? Are they really looking back at the conflicts? No. Are they really concerned if we are doing something in the name of religion? No. They are very progressive. They are thinking much ahead of our times. And look at us people. We are always thinking of Hindu, Muslims, conflicts on the basis of religion and, and all that old politics. But our new generation is totally different from this. So friends, I think this is perhaps a right step, though a bit late, but in the right direction. And better late than never, somebody has said. So I think this is a wonderful initiative. And as in the presentation, Shahzad has also depicted so many quotes and Nelson Mandela and, East world, East Germany, West Germany unification. So this is definitely possible. And in the end, I would like to use one little, couplet. Kisi ne di raah, to निगाह छीन ली. And किसी ने दी निगाह तो राह छीन ली. और हम रोटेरियंस तो कितने खुशकिस्मत हैं कि हमारे पास तो हमारे रोटरी द्वारा प्रशस्त राह भी है और ऊपर वाले द्वारा प्रदत्त हमारे पास निगाह भी है. So when we have Ra and Nigah both with us, then definitely this is a very achievable program, peace program, and I think we should really try our level best to achieve it. And it is so very encouraging to have people from every possible geographical area of this planet. We are having somebody from Canada, from US, from Europe, and my friend Ayaz, we are sitting together in London, and it was just incidentally that I happened to be here in London, and Ayaz gave me a call and said that let us attend this program.
Oh no.
Get here. So friends, looking forward to this wonderful panel discussion. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Pawanji. Friends, I would again like to request all the audience that if you have any questions, please put it on your chat so that we can post the questions to the panelists. Sir, the opening remarks, we have all stated that the mission is good, we need to go ahead. But the main thing is, as Mukesh also said, we need to force the governments. But to force the governments, we need public opinion. So I would request the panelists to say, how do we mobilize the public to create such a public opinion so that we can move towards our goal?
Can I say something on that?
Yeah, please. Always, sir, please.
The first meeting of this kind, and a physical meeting, not on Zoom, because those days Zoom didn't exist, and this was way back in '95. The two districts, at that time it was 3270 from our side, and 3010 Amritsar. Made a toast to Raj Tandon. I dug out his old photograph as well. So we went to Amritsar. And that is the first kind of meeting that we had together and on a district to district basis. But now I would suggest one thing. that all of you, those who are part of this project, the directors particularly, can you not meet in Kartarpur? Kartarpur is a free, visa-free area, and there is free movement of Indians who would like to go to Kartarpur, particularly from Punjab, and Pakistanis as well. So next meeting, perhaps you might think, meet physically. Let's have a chappi together. Let's meet each other. Let's shake hands together. And then let's make a first step that if Kartarpur is a common ground where one can, let's start with that. और फिर government वाले भी आएंगे, सब आएंगे. आप उसको भी लें, सिद्धू फेमस क्रिकेटर नवजोत जो है ना वो बड़ा दोस्त है हमारे प्राइम मिनिस्टर का, एंड शहजाद को पता है. This can start. Let's a little movement is necessary. Too much talk. थोड़ा आगे बढ़ो. Okay.
If I can jump in just for a second, thank you, Akhtar, for that. The handshaking is what we do at the Waterton Glacier on a yearly basis between the Americans and Canadians. And we would certainly love for the whole society to meet and shake hands with each other and to talk peace, perhaps at Kartarpur. The shift really needs to go to you in India and Pakistan. As you say, we need the groundswell of emotion, of commitment, and that can only happen in your two countries.
Yeah, agreed. And I think the first step is meet. Let's meet together. And there is a common place where one can, because otherwise the problem has been about visa and how do you go to each other and meet each other. That also over time, I've been to Delhi, I've been to Amritsar, I've been to Pune and Kerala with Faiza. We've managed. Where there's a will, there's a way. And Kartarpur is now an ideal opportunity that one could go together, all the directors of your project. Shadal, take the initiative, yeah. जरा इसको आगे चलाओ ना. Simran.
Can I just say a few words about this?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, as PDG after we mentioned that, of course, he remembered, and I always mentioned that also, that he was the district governor when my club was started. So we are really honored because of that association. And you have mentioned about the meeting at the Kartarpur corridor. So in fact, we have already discussed that many times. And I think the only delay was because of the COVID situation. We planned it a few times, but because of the the COVID waves, it was not possible. The last time we were planning to do it on the 21st of September, the International Peace Day. But again, the conditions were not conducive at that time. But now the situation is improving in Pakistan, and I'm sure that whenever the situation gets better, and we will definitely plan a meeting in the Kartarpur corridor, not only of the directors of the Indus Peace Park, but what we plan is that we will make it an event where we will invite Rotarian friends from both sides of the border. Whenever that the date is decided, we will give an open invitation to everyone. So whoever can join us will be very glad and happy to meet everyone there. So that is the plan, that we will definitely like to do it whenever the COVID situation allows us to do it. And just one more thing also, and one more thing.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention in my presentation that my parents came from East Punjab. So they were from Hoshiarpur, which is now part of India. And so my dad actually has written a book from Hoshiarpur to Lairpur. Lairpur is, the new name, the old name of Faisalabad. So he migrated from Hoshiarpur and came to Pakistan and got settled in Faisalabad. So this is a book where he has the collection of his time spent in India in Hoshiarpur. He has talked about his teachers, his friends there, and of course his journey from from India to Pakistan, and then of course his life in Pakistan. So this is again he's very proud of this fact, and this is a history which connects part of Pakistan and part of India. Thank you.
Sir, if I may again interject, I know COVID is a problem, but now people are traveling internationally. There are, of course, conditions which have to be met. You have to be vaccinated. You have to have the required certificate of vaccination from, accredited vaccines and so on, and SOPs. All those who would like to go there, they would have to abide by these kind of conditions. They have to be vaccinated, and they have to have the vaccinated certificates with them, and SOPs and so on. It can be done. Just try it out, please. A lot of time has been wasted, but it's not wasted. That's not the right word. Sorry, I take that back. But now the time to move forward. Would you like to say something on that?
We have PDG Shah who has raised his hand. PDG Shah, you can ask your question, please.
Well, good morning, good evening, Assalamu alaikum, namaste. It is an honor to be with you again and hear you talking about this project. And I think our DG, he hit it on the nail. We should, if we cannot walk, we should crawl. But I think at this time of this pandemic, there are a lot of opportunities. A lot of people are thinking peace. A lot of people thinking environment. And this is an opportunity with the environment being the 7th area of focus right now to apply for some of this funding in a global grant for the yard playing tools, whatever. But on the other hand, we should step forward. And what I'm saying here, when you want to eat an elephant, you eat them one bite at a time. On the website, if we probably say that we need sponsors and we will have a little plaque or a little stone or a little monument that it costs accordingly, a lot of people would love to see their name somewhere in that park because it's really a great symbol for peace. So if you come to me and you ask me for a peace park, I mean, I will consider it. But if you ask me for $1,000 for my name on a little plaque or a walk with a little block on the ground, that people will walk and see who has this. So when you break it down to that, I can guarantee you, if you take that idea to Houston, and Houston would be the first meeting for all the Rotarians in person, I would probably say you will probably have over $400 to $500 million for that park between now and then. But the idea has to start. You got to start somewhere. And if we do not start and step forward, we will be marching in our place. I attended this meeting 2 years ago, a year ago. And I see that there is a lot of motivation. There's a lot of positive energy, but it's not put to work. Okay, so I think Tony hit it on the nose. I've known Tony for a while. Salman, I've known him for a while. I have Pacific governor. Also, he was my classmate on your committee. I'd love to see this moving forward. I'm on the board of director for Rotary Action Group for Peace, and we would love to see this happening. And we would put it on our project fair also that is held every month. And I would like to see this project on the list of projects that will be going to Houston and will be shared among all Rotarians and Rotary. I think including the Rotary Act and their ideas of raising fund on group funding and Facebook and I think there is a great opportunity right now, and we're missing it. So, PDG, Kias, I know your vision was the same, a year, 2 years ago, and our speaker also. I think we have a great opportunity. Let's move forward. Let's break it down to where people can afford it. We have over 36,000 clubs. And if each club will give $100, $50, if we publicize it that way, I think that could be a project for us and in the world as Rotary International. Look at polio. We publicized it. We motivated people, and this is one of those things that close to the people's heart right now, especially in this pandemic. Thank you again for holding this meeting, and I think you have a fabulous, great project to think about that will bring the Rotarians and Rotaract and youth together. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're all awesome, and you all are peace builders. So you are people of action and peace builders. Thank you again.
I think Vice President Tony wanted to say something. Tony ji, please.
Yes, thank you, everybody. Apologies I couldn't join earlier. We've been working on this project for over 6 years now, and I see many old friends. Delighted to see Shab there as well. But I'd like to bring you up to speed as to where we're at. Now, my dear colleague Alvi Saab said earlier we should talk at the border. Let me please explain to you where we're at. March before COVID, we were due to fly to Pakistan to meet the governor of Punjab, where he had assured us the land would be donated. COVID stepped in. Since COVID, everything came to a halt, but in the background, we've been working extremely hard. Rotary Club of London and Rajiv Sabwal, who's on the call, he linked us with Lord Rami Ranger. Immediately, Lord Rami Ranger rang the governor of Punjab, Honorable Chaudhry Sarwar. We had a Zoom meeting. He has committed to give us the land. So it's a matter of time when we would go. Again, we were due to fly out a few weeks ago, but what happened? Afghanistan happened. Again, Pakistan is so integrated with that, they had other things they had to deal with Afghanistan. Less than a week ago, again, Lord Rami Ranger spoke to the governor of Punjab, and he said, we will meet very shortly. So, to put it in perspective, we have been doing the talking, and we are planning to be there. And as you quite correctly said, Alvi Saab, we need to talk and do it. So as soon as we can meet with the governor of Punjab and agree the land, only then can we agree where the land is on the Indian side. We cannot approach the Indian government or anybody else. In the meantime, in the background, our colleagues in India, led by Deepak Talwar, one of the directors, he has been in constant touch with the Chief Minister of Punjab. So we have tremendous support on the political side for this to happen. Shab mentioned the funding. In the background, again, we have got millions of dollars already pledged for this project. And we have already planned to have global grants starting in both countries for both parks. And exactly what you said, Shab, we will not be asking clubs for millions of dollars. We will say, this is a project, you can contribute what you want. We plan a peace wall where each brick will cost $100 and will have the name of the Rotary Club that donates $100 on the peace wall. Just $100 to get your name on the peace wall. Other clubs, something started in our district, we want to put peace benches. So the bench will cost maybe $300, but the Rotary Club that pays $300 will put a peace bench, a peace park bench for people to sit on, donated by Rotary. It's a Rotary Eco Park of Excellence. We've had offers from India, from Delhi, another very close friend of mine who owns one of the largest solar panel manufacturing companies. He said he will donate the solar panels. Don't go anywhere for solar panels. So all this is happening in the background. I'm so pleased to be able to tell you this. All the directors who meet virtually on a monthly basis are aware of this, but many of you are here for the first time. And I welcome such ideas because although we've thought of many things, I promise you we haven't thought of everything. And this is why you guys here tonight, or this evening, or wherever you are this morning in the States, it's crucial for you to give us these ideas. You know, I went to Pakistan for the first time 2015, and I met Pakistan Passes Governor Shehzad, who hosted me. Faiza Kamar, I mean, she was such a delightful host. I will never forget, and I will never forgive her for only letting me stay for one day. You see, so our friendships are deep-rooted. Our heritage is deep-rooted. And we need to remind people we are one. We are all children of God. Thank you.
We have a question from Satish Guna from Uganda, District 9213. Satish, I am unmuting you. Kindly be precise. We are very short of time.
Okay, Bob. Thank you for
Yeah,
inviting me, and all the best for happy
very much.
married life.
I got a bit disorganized with the wedding
Yeah,
arrangements and so on.
but I think next week we will catch up on the next steps for the.
He's busy on something. So,
Vijayji,
friends, Hanji, boli.
we have other DGs in our group. So why don't we call them? Other guest DGs, PDGs there.
Param Saini wanted to say something. Paramji, you can speak. You wanted to say something earlier.
Yeah, and Vijayji, I also want, we have guest DGs. And so why don't we call them?
Yeah, but let Paramji speak first. Then
Yeah, sure.
Let me see. Okay, I just kind of wanted to add to what Akhtar Alvi said, that he definitely, when he said that there's no, the word hatred is really too harsh, and I totally agree with him that there's no hatred between these two countries, but definitely I would say that there is some distrust, some stereotypes, some prejudices. And we are working on that. And I'm from District 3070. So on the border of Pakistan and India, Amritsar. And when you were talking about Raj Tandon, he was our past district governor. So as one of the board of directors, we are making an attempt to work together with District 3272. So we are definitely involving our youth and our women together, because we do think that women need to raise their voice about this project. So we are definitely going to be bringing our youth in. The old people may have some, some old wounds or some grievances, but youngsters, they don't. And we definitely would like to bring them on board. And I just wanted to let you know that we are doing our utmost to bring these two countries together through District 3272 and District 3070. Thank you.
Thank you, Paramji.
Good, that's great. Can I add my 2 cents worth again? I feel as an old timer, eye to eye, that is a kind of relationship when she mentioned about mistrust. Yes, there is. But when you meet each other eye to eye, a kind of a message goes back and forth. And if these misgivings, mistrusts go away when you meet each other. We talk to each other, you sit down with each other, have a cup of tea or whatever else. So I would suggest to you all, let's start that, yeah? I mean, if you do that, you meet physically in our central place. And about donations and all, I think every Rotary Club, you could work that out. Those are details which you'll have to follow later on. First of all, you have to get the land and so on. Otherwise, Rotary itself, all the clubs and Pakistan, all the clubs in India. Oh, there are many, many, many clubs in India and so many districts. Each one, you can give them a cluster because what you have in Waterton is really a national park, if I'm not mistaken. PDG Case, is it a national park? Hello? In Canada and US?
Yeah, it is an international park because it is part of it is in the US and part of it is in Canada.
Yes, but I mean, what I mean, it's more of a national park. In that sense, you work, and you can give cluster of trees to each club to organize and donate and put a plaque there. Those comes in later. That's a much
If I can interrupt just for a second, the park that we would like to model the Indus Peace Park on is actually the International Peace Garden.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Right.
Which Shahzad showed that slide where the creek run was actually the border between the two countries.
Excellent.
Just I visited that park in my research, and the strange thing is that I went past Canadian customs, didn't have to do anything. I entered the park, paid my $20, and I was free in my vehicle and walking to go on both sides of the park, the Canadian side and the American side. And then when I left, I went out into the United States, and that is where I went to US Customs and Immigration because I was on my way to speak to 6 Rotary clubs in Montana. But the key is that within that park, once you're in the park, everyone is free to go to both sides.
Yeah.
And it is actually one park.
That's how it should be. That would what it would be.
Okay, friends. I think just one more opinion I would just like to take from DG Lin, if you are there and if you would like to say a few words, please.
Good morning, everybody. I've been listening all morning and I'm just thrilled. I just love this effort. I know it's hard. I know it's difficult. It's an uphill battle, as was said before, but it is so worth it. It is absolutely worth it. You know, we have the Waterton Glacier International Peace Park here. It's a good example. You have a treasure in case, as do we. So good luck in everything that you do. And I hope to become an active participant after I'm done being a district governor.
Great.
Can I say something? Can I say something, Vijay?
Yes, sir.
A minute. I'm Anil Ghai, and my father came to Delhi from Chakwal. That is the place where Ayaz lives. And the Rotary Club of Bhubar, Bashir, is there. I've been to Pakistan thrice. I went and saw my father's house. I went and saw my petrol pump, which my father and grandfather left there. And it was only due to courtesy Rotary. And I must appreciate that I've been going to Pakistan. I've never had any kind of a feeling which is of distrust, mistrust. I have my friends from Rotarians from Pakistan. They come here, and I'm the first person who would like to go to the Kartarpur the day this meeting is there, and I will be the first one to join this. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Anilji. Shahzad, there is one question from Satish Guna. He says, he's from Uganda. He says, how can we be associated with this movement?
Join. Everybody welcome.
Yes.
Welcome on board.
Will you like to answer or you want me to answer?
You can
answer. I can
Please go
answer.
ahead.
Just send an email to me, president@induspeacepark.org, and we'll get you connected. We'll get anybody connected.
Thank you. Friends, so just to sum up, it has come from the discussion that people are willing to do a one-on-one talk. We are willing to go together. The only problem is the hit that is coming is from the governments, and we need to mobilize more and more people and mobilize our event, and we have to ensure that we reach the people. I think we should be doing a lot more individual events, not only on Zoom, but in our localities, and publicize the project that we are doing. That way, create a people's awareness, and that would create a pressure on the governments also to toe down, and definitely they would be willing to come down, and we should be able to achieve our purpose. With this, I would like to thank all our panelists for joining, and I would like to hand over back to Simranji. Please, all yours. Thank you.
Thank you very much, friends. And now I would like to call PDG Tony Sharma to call our PDG now for vote of thanks. PDG Sharma. Tony ji, am I audible?
Yes, I can hear you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
But first of all, I have to thank everybody for joining and listening and giving their valuable time. We are on a tremendous mountain climb, a climb that we will complete. And we will complete this because we have your support. Whichever way you can help, it's always appreciated. Having such a global audience shows how much this matters. I was reminded at the beginning of this journey that conflict kills more than disease. We need to resolve this conflict, but not only this conflict. There are other conflicts around the world. This will be the eighth wonder of the world because this is something that will happen that everybody said right at the beginning will never happen. If we can do it here, as the saying goes, we can do it anywhere. And I'm very thankful to Past District Governor Case, Past District Governor Norma Cargill, Wharton Glacier Peace Park, because they had the vision of opening so many peace parks. With the mobilization we've created, the team, in the past 6 years, we really can see the light at the end of the tunnel. So thank you all, especially all the participants who have spoken. But I think the most important people are those who have raised the questions, who've shown the interest. And please do continue to show that interest. Thank you very much.
Can we have our secretary, Norm?
Yes, Norm is here.
Yes, we welcome you, Norm.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here today. This has been a terrific morning or evening, depending on where you are, with all of my Rotary brothers and sisters and guests from around the world. And thank you to all the presenters. I won't thank everybody, it's a long list, but I'd just like to, first of all, thank our organizers, Past Assistant Governor Syed Simran Hassan, for her work and effort in putting this together, along with Past Assistant Governor Anil Gai for the work and effort to put this terrific morning together. I'd also like to thank a couple of two presenters in particular. The terrific presentation by PDG Shahzad Ahmed, a very concise look at what we're hoping to do. And I hope you go away with visions of what he presented. And the presentation by Past Assistant Governor Mo Ayez, a description of our society and the core group of people who are trying to make all of this work. I'd like to thank and I apologize for any of my Canadian mispronunciation of names, but thanks, and it will happen in this. So thank you to our moderator, question and answer moderator, past President Vijay Kualarami Ani, and a special thank you to Kays, Tony, and Mo, and all of the directors of the Indus Peace Park Society for continuing this on and being a core group to get it happening. And just one thing, please Google Indus Peace Park. Let's Google Indus Peace Park and go to the website. And at the very top of the website, there's a petition that you can sign, and that takes you to change.org, and that will help us to develop our database. So if there's one thing you can do after the meeting today, please Google Indus Peace Park. Thank you.
Thank you, Now. Thank you very much. And with this, we would also like that we would come back again. And this time we will come fully prepared, and we will be requesting our RI President, who has promised Deepak Talwarji that in the next meeting, if decided conveniently, comfortably with the time availability, he's going to come. So in the next meeting, we are going to have Deepak Talwarji doing the presentation for the Indus Peace Park. And I will request my president here, Keys, who has been very kind enough to have faith in me and Simran to allow us to organize. And the best part was our past Assistant Governor, Mo Ayaz, and support of Tony Sharma ji. When I heard immediately a good response from Lord Bhatia, I didn't know what to say. So I immediately rushed and asked Tony ji and Ayaz ji, and both were so nice to me. And they said, Anil, immediately asked him to go. Unfortunately, we lost him because he was very punctual and he came too early. And probably being old at 89 age, he must have gone back and had dinner or slept. We'll have it next time with the Lord Ranger as well. And we promise we will be more prepared. And Simran ji and me will come back and present you with the RI President also. Over to Simran ji.
Thank you very much, Anilji. Now we have short of time. Thank you very much for all participants or all our dignitaries. Now I would like to call our president to say meeting agent.
That is easy to do, Simran. Thank you so much. And I hereby declare